Hi there, Gemini friends. This is Carrie Mubarak at wooingnature.life. I hope you're doing well today. This is your November reading for 2019. November is the peak of the fall season, so this is that phase, remember, that started in September, October. Now we're in November, the fall quarter. Fall is a time for you to make your assessments and also to cleanse, clear, and prepare your body, your mind, and your spirit for the winter season. Wintertime can be very difficult for people, so sometimes people aren't prepared for it, but it's a good thing to prepare for it. So if you experience seasonal depression, then you'll want to get your energy up. You'll want to raise your energy vibration up. And the best way to do that is to clear out any kind of old energy, really get rid of the excess and the negative excess more specifically, and then start to build up your mental energy and your emotional energy so that when that time hits you, you're already fortified. Same thing for your body. It's a cold and flu season. This is a time when diseases, for whatever reason, run rampant. So you're preparing your house, you're cleansing, clearing. Get that old bottle of Clorox out, clear everything, clear your surfaces, clean, do a deep cleaning. People always do spring cleaning, but it's good to do a fall cleaning as well of your home and your space, because you're getting ready to go into the heavy disease and colds and all of that kind of stuff. And then also your body, your internal body system needs to be cleared out too. So you're clearing, cleaning your blood, your lymphatic and your adrenal systems, pancreas, gallbladder, blood, all of that. Just do one big um, cleaning, and that usually helps kind of get you ready. Then after you do the cleaning, then you do your other body work, like you do your stone work or your Reiki and all of that, and then that just, you know, it's the extra fortification that you need. So we're winding out of that fall season, going into the winter season, and this is about preparation. So we'll be preparing your mind, body, and your spirit with this reading. I will be pulling 3 cards from Colette Baron Reed for you, Gemini, today. And then I'll be following up with the tarot with some details. Just do a straight through and just see what's going on with you, okay? Life is good. Life is grand. And we're getting ready to see what these cards have to say. All right, Gemini, let's see what you got. All right, so I have peace in reverse. I also have Between the Worlds in reverse, and I have Happy Happy in reverse. All of those cards that came in reverse, according to the Colette Baron Reed's indication. When the cards come in upside down, then we read the passage that deals with the protection message. So it looks like you're getting lots of protection right now, Gemini. And so we'll just see what that's all about. So we'll be reading directly from the text today because you do have 3 reverse cards. Just a reminder that we are going into a Mercury retrograde. So just to let you know that too, so you'll have that in your mind. You are Mercurian, and so you all like to communicate and like to express yourselves, but just remember that your ruling planet is in retrograde. Or goes into retrograde. Just something for you to keep in mind. All right, we've got peace in reverse, and well, I'll let you look at it right side up because sometimes that's more pleasant. Now is the time for calmness and well-being in spite of temporary conditions, even if there are dissonant notes in the music of your life. All that means is that you must go within and fine-tune the extraordinary instrument that you are. Find harmony within yourself and don't look to the outer world to provide certainty. This too shall pass, and once again your life will be filled with beautiful music. And I think that music metaphor is really appropriate because there's so many musicians that are Geminis. I don't know if anybody else has noticed that, but a lot of really great musicians are Geminis, and Geminis have that tend to be musicians. So just remember that your symphony is still unfinished, and that you're still working towards some goals there. Try to set the pace for yourself. I really am seeing that here. Remaining calm, keeping a positive sense of self in spite of what may be coming your way. And then knowing that this process is really, really a fine tuning process. It's not there to just, kick your butt when you're down. It's really there to fortify you and to make things better, to be honest with you. All right, and then we have number 3 for you, which is between the worlds. Again, we're looking at the protection message. It says to be mindful of your expectations. This is not a time for guarantees. Things may not go exactly as you plan or dictate, and especially with that Mercury retrograde, and you know how that goes. Let go and see what the Spirit has in store. What takes hold in your life will be better than you can imagine. So in both of these cards, it's talking about just kind of being patient and waiting through the process, because your outcome or your expectations, whatever the outcome is, will surpass your expectations. That's what the message is for that. 26 is the last one. This one is happy, happy in reverse. All right, Gemini, it says to lighten up because this is the time to be ridiculous and silly. So bring some of that inner joy that you have out. See the world through the eyes of a clown, and don't take yourself or any situation right now too seriously. Have fun, be playful, and make laughter the order of the day. You'll be surprised by how everything just seems to fall into place when humor leads the way. So, and we know that laughter is the best medicine. So keep a light heart. Being happy and lighthearted is a wonderful icebreaker. Life is meant for play as well as work, for laughter as well as tears, for celebration as well as focus. Spirit wants to sparkle through you. Smile and enjoy each breath and each moment. Miracles lie in the silly things. All right, so just laugh, enjoy yourself, and I think that that's what's going to bring it. I can't ignore the fact that we've got between the worlds, peace and happiness. I feel like you're between a tough space and then getting that joy back. I feel like because this is in this first position and then you have the peace, even though they're in reverse, you receive the protection messages that you were supposed to receive there. But just looking at these two in reverse, or looking at these two followed by the between the worlds, it just seems like you're in a little bit of a limbo, Gemini. Between what was and what is about to be for you, and welcoming in something positive through laughter, through joy, through just kind of letting life take its course, and making an assessment. Like I was saying before, this is a good time to make assessments of where you've been and what's gone well, and just vibing on that energy, just allowing yourself to be in that space where you can appreciate yourself, where you can appreciate the lessons that you have learned thus far, and you can share that with somebody else, or share that joy. You got to share the joy, and the joy comes from you, from your wit, from your humor. Geminis are known for their quick wit, so a little sarcastic humor never hurt a Gemini. You all love that shit, right? All right, so I am going to pull. Here goes the nose. I said this in another video. I've been noticing other channelers on YouTube, and they talk about their nose itching, and mine does the same thing. I don't know if it's allergies or what, but sometimes I think it's just, I don't know, the spirits joining you, unexpected spirits joining you. I don't know. All right, so we are looking at this. Let me cut and let me slice. All right, so we're going to the tarot, just doing a straight through, Spirit. Thank you. I'm just looking at the cards that come out, just laying them straight out and let them tell the story. We've got Two of Wands in reverse here. So twos always represent some type of duality. This is in the suit of fire. So the suit of fire usually has something to do with something that you that motivates you, or that stirs you, or that stirs up energy in you in one way or the other. Could be positively or negatively. The thing to do when you have the Two of Wands and it incites, I guess is the word, it incites certain kinds of things in you, is to really examine it and spend time examining it, whatever it is. So, like where something stirs up excitement or anger or like high energy emotions in you, you just want to pay attention to that, pay very close attention to that, because there's messages in twos. There's always really great life lessons when there's twos involved. So wherever there are twos, it's a call for some type of balance. So balancing yourself energetically will allow you to step away from it. If anger, if it's about anger, if you're flying off at the handle and or something triggers you really quickly or something like that, then you will want to look at the opposite side of where that anger energy is going, and look for how to pull that back. At the same time, if something is exciting you, making you feel really excited, then it's not to, I'm not saying to squelch the excitement, but just to balance it out. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to have these like highs and lows, right? You want to try to keep everything even. So, if any of you are into mindfulness meditation, or if you're into any kind of meditation at all, but particularly mindfulness meditation, because it will help you balance out some of those like what do you call it? Um, to me, it's like you're being stretched too thin or something. That's what I keep getting. Like it stretches you too thin. If you're like very very hot one day and very very cold the next, you need to balance that emotional energy out. We got the High Priestess in reverse, which says that there's some spiritual things or something of a spiritual nature that's trying to get your attention or trying to get your attention, and it may be getting your attention through this fire energy, or through this energy of duality that you're dealing with in relationship to what is stirring up this. It's like passion, but it's not passion like, you feel passionate about a career or passionate about a cause, but it can awaken you to that. So if there is a particular emotion that, or a particular situation that triggers an emotion, that's what I keep getting. Like something that triggers a certain emotion, and you're paying attention to that, Gemini. So whatever is triggering the emotion, you need to really go to that. Like don't try to not be angry, or don't try to not feel the emotions that are coming up for you. Like don't try to squelch that. Um, and don't repress that. You don't want to do that. Um, but it's trying to get you, something about that is trying to get your attention. It's trying to get your attention. Spirit's trying to get your attention. All right, so we got the Prince of Swords in reverse. Prince of Swords in reverse. Prince cards to me are like you're in a learning phase, like you're in a high energy phase. That might be why this fire is coming up. Princes always bring a lot of energy, but it's also a learning process, because sometimes we can move too fast when we're supposed to move a little slower, or sometimes we can ignore the things that we really need to pay close attention to, that kind of stuff. Um, I see that you're trying to ascend. I see that you're trying to make those leaps, um, and that you're trying to reach a higher rung. I see that. But this takes time, and you have to learn how to utilize the mind in order to create, or to put yourself in a position that you want to be in. I feel like I'm talking to myself. You have to use your mind in order to put yourself in a position that you want to be in. Okay? You're not quite there yet. That's why you're getting this between the world's business here. Not quite there yet, Gemini, but take your time. Everything happens in its own pace. Now we've got the Princess of Swords, yet another message. The message is really to do you. Like, like don't repress. Really, don't try to repress anything. You know, take a chance on something. Take a shot at it. That's what I keep getting. You know, like don't think about it so much. Don't think about it so much. Just go for it, you know. Don't hold back on anything. I see the 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups came up after that. So to me, I feel like that's the path. That's the pathway. Deal with whatever this emotion is that you're dealing with. Listen to the call of spirit. Learn how to use the weapon of your mind. Your mind is a weapon. It's a tool. It's a powerful tool. The mind is a powerful tool. And it's a terrible thing to waste. So just use that, utilize that, and don't pull back. Don't pull back, Gemini. That's what I keep getting. Don't hold yourself back. You're holding yourself back. You know, maybe that's what's going on with this 2 of Wands. Maybe you have so much passion, but you're not showing it. That passion is a part of your spirit, you know. That's the fire, the Holy Ghost right there. All right, we got 3 of Wands in reverse. Threes usually represent things. Threes represent an aspect of manifestation. Okay, it's one aspect of manifestation, and it looks like you're kind of juggling a lot of different things, and you don't know how to keep that energy in your hand. This goes back to this fire energy too, right? It's about learning how to. I don't want to use the word contain the energy because it implies that you're repressing it. It's not that. It's really like harnessing. That's the word I'm looking for. It's harnessing the energy. You got to harness this. You got to harness it. And you harness it here. This is how you do it. Right? You think about what... I didn't see a darn thing, did you? You harness it here. That's what you're learning, Gemini. You're learning how to harness that energy. It's a good lesson. It's definitely a good lesson. So on the one hand, you have to like, I can understand why this is challenging. But at the same time, Gemini, because you all are the dual natured member of the zodiac, this is probably a good exercise for you. I don't know if you guys have been getting out of your Gemini-ness or if you've been repressing it. Maybe you've had enough people to complain about it, and so you kind of squelched it or something. But if there's anybody who can deal with this challenge, I feel like it's you. Because one, the way to get to it is through the mind, and you guys are masters of the mind space. So I feel like you'll do fine. You know, like it will be fine. I think you'll find your way, but you have to strike a balance. That's why it says too, you have to strike a balance. And I feel like the balance is in learning how to harness the energy and channel it using your mind. All right, so we got the universe here. I love this universe card because, you know, it's like you have your hands on everything and you've mastered something. You've gone through a level of mastery, like you're coming full circle in some level of mastery. I know you're not quite there yet because, again, we've got this between the worlds. I can't forget about that. But I do feel like it's coming because of the peace and the happy. And I also feel like it's coming because you know how to do this. Like, you know how to go to the mind and let the mind... you know how to go to the place in your mind where you can manage and create your reality. You can. And you know how to bring it together. And if you don't know how to bring it together, you're primed for it. So if you don't quite know how to bridge this space inside yourself, or bridge those two poles inside yourself, I just feel like you have the capacity. You just have the capacity for it. We've got the moon in reverse. Seems like you're probably hiding, or that might be that repression stuff. Hiding from yourself, hiding from others, pretending like you're one thing and you're not. Making people turn tricks to try to live with you and deal with you. You know how y'all are. I'm just saying. See see a Six of Pentacles here, so that's good news. Looks like success is coming. What you're looking for is coming. It could be money. It could be just, you know, something you've been asking for that you've been waiting for. But you need to come out of the closet. You need to come out from behind the curtain a little bit. All right, and then we have the Hermit and the Magician in reverse. So the Magician is really your card, but it's in reverse here. So usually when I get the Magician in reverse, it's like the energy of the Magician is either not being utilized to its full extent or being used inappropriately. So you've invited a bit of a hermit mode, or you may have been in hermit mode for a while. Hermit mode is when you have to break out on your own and kind of be a lone wolf for a little while. It's usually for a very positive reason, and if it has anything to do with this Magician in reverse, then it could be so that you can get your mind right, so that you can use that energy. Again, we're talking about being able to utilize all your resources being your mind. So the time away or time out to kind of get some clarity to your vision, to get clarity to your situation, to try to get focused on what is important to you, and also what's important in general is going to be helpful, so that you can bring this ability back into your cipher. I mean, it's not that it's gone. It's not gone. It's just probably forgotten. Things, they're not gone. They're just forgotten. And sometimes when we get bogged down in our life situations, we forget that we have the power to change it, that we ourselves have the power to change whatever paradigm is going on inside of us. All we have to do is just ask for the guidance, and then when the guidance comes, follow it. Keep it simple. Try not to complicate matters. Are there any other messages for Gemini? Yeah, I'm seeing you feeling bound up in some kind of way, or you feel you can feel contained or feel bound, or you feel like you're tied to something that binds you up. It's not permanent. It's not even real. Again, you have to go here, you know, to find your way out of it. You have to do this to find your way out of it. It's very important that you do that, because you don't want to invite the bondage. You don't want to invite that at all. So yeah, you don't want to invite that into your life. So be listening. Do your inner work. Deal with those issues. We got the Empress. So this is really good. Like, I've got the Empress, which is about being able to access your wealth and your abundance. I see that in two places. So I feel like that's going to change for you once you do all of this other stuff. Yeah, so I think that is it. Again, I was saying about the Empress and the abundance. So I feel like you're tapping into your own inner wealth, and that's what this journey is really about. It's about finding your inner wealth. I see that here. I also see that here, even though it's in reverse. It's like this is what you're learning how to do. I see that you're learning how to use your best skills and your best assets toward that end. I just feel like you got to come out. You got to stop keeping everything hidden. I mean, I understand sometimes why people do that. Like, they don't want people in their business, or they don't want to jinx stuff. Like, sometimes people won't talk about what they have planned because they don't want to jinx their situation. But sometimes when you keep things too cloistered, then they don't have room to grow. They don't have room. And so you want to be able to have room for things to grow inside you and outside of you. And so just try to discern a little bit better about that. I'm going to encourage myself to do the same thing, and other people I know. Like, don't get so hung up on, I don't know, what is it, like, I don't know. We need each other. That's what I'm trying to say. Everybody needs somebody, and everybody needs each other. And so it's no need in keeping yourself in a box and thinking that that's going to help you in the end result. I don't know why that message came through, but it's coming through loud and clear for me. All right, Geminis, I hope you all have a great, fantastic November. If you need anything, you know where to reach out. I'm at Kerri, Kerri, at wooingnature.life. And as always, I hope you have a fabulous life.